In the sprawling, chaotic heart of Delhi, a young woman named Radha lived a life most would overlook. She was known to many only as a beggar, yet she was a mother to 3 little souls she'd found abandoned and alone. Raju, the eldest, at 8, 6-year-old Chonchul, and little Golu, just 4. She had nothing, but she gave them everything she was: her love, her protection, her entire world. They were a small, resilient family, huddled together under the cold shadow of a flyover. One sweltering afternoon, a luxury car screeched to a halt nearby. Out stepped Vikram Singh, a businessman whose wealth was as immense as his arrogance. He looked at Radha and the children with pure disgust. "Dirty beggars," he muttered, his voice dripping with contempt. A stain on this city, unfazed by his harsh words, little Chonchul, with the innocence only a child possesses, toddled towards him, holding out a single wilting rose she'd found. "For you," she chirped, her smile a beacon of light. Vikram recoiled, as if she'd offered him poison. "Get that filthy thing away from me," he snapped, shattering her smile. He sped away, completely oblivious to the fact that destiny was about to weave his life together with theirs in the most unthinkable way. He saw them as nothing, but soon they would mean everything. That night, the heavens opened up. A furious storm raged across Delhi, and the flimsy shelter under the flyover offered little protection. The cold, relentless rain seeped into their bones, and little Gubu began to burn with a high fever. His small body trembled, and his breaths came in ragged gasps. Terrified, Radha clutched him to her chest, his feverish heat a stark contrast to the cold rain. She knew she had to get him help. With Raju and Chonchul huddled behind her, she ran through the flooded streets, her only thought to reach the nearest hospital. She burst through the gleaming glass doors of a private hospital, a stark, sterile world away from her own. "Please," she begged the receptionist, her voice choked with desperation. "My son, ... he's burning up. He can't breathe." The staff looked at her drenched, disheveled appearance with disdain. "This is a private institution," one nurse said coldly. "We don't treat ... your kind here. Go to a government hospital." Radha pleaded, tears streaming down her face, but they were unmoved. A security guard grabbed her arm, dragging her and the crying children back out into the storm. "Get out," he yelled, shoving them onto the wet pavement. Just as the glass doors slid shut, Vikram Singh's car pulled up. He was there for a routine checkup. He saw the commotion, the crying woman, the sick child shivering in her arms. A flicker of something annoyance, perhaps a sliver of pity, crossed his face. He didn't recognize them from earlier. "What's all this noise?" he demanded. The guard explained the situation. Vikram sighed, irritated. This was a nuisance. But the sight of the child, so small and helpless, pricked at a long-dormant part of his conscience. "Fine," he snapped at the staff. "Just treat the child and get them out of here. I'll cover the cost. I don't want this drama at my hospital's entrance." He walked inside, never giving them a second glance, completely unaware that the child whose life he had just reluctantly saved was his own long-lost son. Inside, Golu was taken to the emergency ward and placed under the care of Dr. Akash, a kind and dedicated physician. As he gently examined the boy, cleaning away the street grime, his eyes fell upon a small, distinct mark on Golu's shoulder. It was a birthmark, shaped like a perfect crescent moon. A jolt went through Dr. Akash. He'd seen that exact birthmark before. Years ago, his friend and the hospital's biggest benefactor, Vikram Singh, had lost his son Rohan in a tragic car accident. The child's body was never found, but Vikram had shared countless photos, and in every one, the unique crescent moon birthmark was visible. Could it be the resemblance, the age? It was almost too perfect to be a coincidence. A suspicion began to form in the doctor's mind, a wild, improbable idea that he couldn't shake. He knew what he had to do. Quietly, without telling anyone, he took a small blood sample from Golu. He would run a DNA test. He had to know the truth. Meanwhile, the hospital manager, a greedy and corrupt man named Mr. Sharma, saw a different kind of opportunity. He knew of a wealthy, childless couple desperate for a son. He saw Radha, a penniless woman with no rights and no one to defend her, and saw a transaction. He cornered her in a quiet hallway. "That boy," Sharma said, his voice a low hiss. "He is very sick. The treatment will be expensive. You can't afford it." Radha's heart sank. "But ... the kind gentleman said he would pay," she whispered. Sharma laughed cruelly. "He paid for one night. What about tomorrow? And the next day? A rich couple wants to adopt him. They will give him a good life, a life you could never provide. And they will give you money, enough to feed your other children for a year." Radha stared at him, horrified. "Sell Golu, never. He is my son," she cried, her voice ringing with defiance. Sharma's face hardened. "Listen to me, you foolish woman," he threatened. "If you refuse, I will call the police. I will tell them you kidnapped this child. You'll go to jail and your other two will be sent to an orphanage. You will lose all of them." Radha's world shattered. She was trapped, but her love for Golu was a fortress. Though her heart was breaking, her spirit was unyielding. "I would rather go to jail," she said, her voice trembling but firm, "than sell my son." Furious at her defiance, Sharma made the call. Within minutes, 2 police officers and the wealthy couple arrived. "This woman kidnapped a child," Sharma declared, pointing a finger at Radha. "She's a beggar and a criminal." The couple looked at Golu sleeping in the hospital bed with longing eyes, their checkbook ready. The police officers approached Radha, handcuffs glinting. "Ma'am, you need to come with us." Tears streamed down Radha's face as she reached for Golu's hand, her heart breaking at the thought of being torn away from him. Just as the cold metal of the handcuffs was about to close around her wrist, the door burst open. "Stop." The voice belonged to Dr. Akash. He stood in the doorway, waving a sheaf of papers, his face a mixture of fury and triumph. "Everyone, stop right now. You are making a terrible mistake." All eyes turned to the doctor. He strode into the room, his gaze fixed on the corrupt manager. "Sharma, your disgusting scheme is over," he announced, his voice echoing in the tense silence. He then turned to the police. "This woman is not a kidnapper. She is a hero." He held up the papers. "This is a DNA report. I ran a test on the boy, Galu." Just then, summoned by the commotion, Vikram Singh appeared in the doorway, an annoyed expression on his face. "What is going on here?" he demanded. Dr. Rokash looked at his friend. "Vikram," he said, his voice softening slightly. "Prepare yourself. Something incredible has happened." He walked over to the bed and gently turned Golu onto his side, revealing the crescent-shaped birthmark. Vikram's eyes widened. His breath caught in his throat. It couldn't be. "My son, ... Rohan. He had that mark," he stammered. Dr. Akash handed him the DNA report. "It is him. Vikram Golu is your son, Rohan. He's alive." The world seemed to stop spinning. Vikram stared at the report, then at the sleeping child, then back at the report. The truth washed over him in a dizzying, overwhelming wave. His son, whom he had mourned for years, was alive. He had been right here all this time. And the woman who had saved him, who had loved and cared for him when he had nothing, was the same woman he had scorned and insulted just hours before. The memory of his cruel words, "dirty beggar," hit him with the force of a physical blow. Guilt, shame, and a profound sense of awe crashed down on him. He looked at Radha, truly saw her for the first time, not as a beggar, but as the guardian angel of his child. His legs gave out, and he fell to his knees before her. The arrogant businessman was gone, replaced by a humbled, weeping father. I am so sorry," he choked out, tears streaming down his face. "You ... you saved my son. You raised him. You, who have nothing." He looked up at her, his eyes filled with a reverence he had never shown anyone. "I called you a beggar," he sobbed, "but I was the poor one. You are the richest person in the world. Your heart holds more wealth than I could ever imagine." In that moment, Vikram Singh understood. True wealth wasn't in his bank accounts or his luxury cars. It was in the selfless love this woman had shown his son. It was in the compassion he had so arrogantly lacked. His life was forever changed, not by gaining back his son, but by learning the true meaning of humanity from a woman he once saw as less than nothing. Thank you so much for watching. This story reminds us that compassion and love are the greatest treasures we can possess. If it touched your heart, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring stories. We'll see you next time.